cancer screening saves lives. Early detection saves lives. The earlier breast cancer is detected, the simpler and more effective the treatment is likely to be. Between the ages of 50 and 70 on a 3-year cycle, women will get a letter through the post inviting them in for screening. A chance conversation last autumn with a local GP alerted me to his concern that the numbers of women attending Bassetlaw Hospital for their screening appointment had dropped dramatically. I asked the chief executive of our local hospital trust to investigate this, and he quickly came back with some very worrying figures that show that attendance had dropped in recent times to below 50% of those women invited for screening. This is either due to an appointment cancellation or a no-show on the day. Data from NHS England show that prior to the coronavirus pandemic, 78% of women in Bassetlaw and Doncaster were going for screening. The decline is dramatic and is not unique to Bassetlaw. And I welcome that NHS England are taking steps to actively encourage more women to book and attend their screening. And I asked the Minister to provide more detail of this. But to be honest, in Bassetlaw, I can't wait for a national operation to kick in. And last month, I launched the Bassetlaw Love Your Boobs, Get Them Checked campaign, supporting local women to encourage women to go for their breast screening. And I want to pay tribute to the wonderful Bassetlaw women who've been active in the campaign. Women like Liz Rue and Maria Charlesworth, who found lumps in their breasts and went for their screening. Barbara Baldwin and Claire Plevin joined my campaign as they have had friends taken too soon by breast cancer. And I don't want anyone else to have to go through the same. Lynn Dixon from Bassetlaw had breast cancer in her family and was first diagnosed at the age of 36 after finding a lump. And she has just recently found another lump and was screened, and this week she is facing further treatment for breast cancer. My thoughts and love are with Lynn right now. Jenny Bailey is a former NHS nurse and midwife in Bassetlaw who had her breast cancer identified following routine screening. The women from Bassetlaw are amazing, using their life experiences to join the fighting spirit, encouraging their friends, family and neighbours to get screened. It is far too common a misconception that only women can get breast cancer. Almost 400 men a year do, like my constituent Danny Emerson from Worksop. He found some lumps in his armpit whilst he's sitting watching TV. And he went to his GP to get checked and was very quickly diagnosed as having breast cancer. Thank you, Danny, for joining my campaign to raise awareness that men get breast cancer too. So my ask today is for everyone in the chamber, man or woman, is to check yourself and encourage your wives, partners, daughters, granddaughters, sisters, and all the women in your lives to attend their breast cancer screening appointments. This debate is not the end of my campaign. On the 29th of June, I'll be running in the Race for Life in my constituency, and I'll be visiting the Bassetlaw Princess Diana mammography unit to help tell the story of how easy it is to get your breast screened. Could I welcome that the members for Doncaster Central and Don Valley and the Isle of Axholme are in their place for the debate today. The data from Doncaster and Bassetlaw Hospital covers all our constituencies, and whilst I understand we can presume that low attendance levels are in our more deprived wards, can the Minister provide advice on what more the department can do to ensure that we can get hospital-specific data for things like breast cancer screening uptake? I do want to say, since the beginning of breast screening checks in 1988, there has been a cut-off age of 70. My campaign includes women who are now above the age threshold for getting invited in for screening. My nan was over 70 when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And why do women over 70 have to rely on memory and a phone call to get their screening appointment? All women get breast cancer. It does not discriminate because of age or background. And I want to thank Bassetlaw women Sue Shaw and Barbara Baldwin, who are both over 70 and are now missing out. They argue that the costs of treatment for breast cancer far outweigh the costs of screening. Early prevention not only saves lives, it saves the NHS money. They're calling for the threshold to be eradicated. This is there and my ask of the Minister. And as we've heard today, an early diagnosis for breast cancer can save lives. And I'm doing everything I can to locally to encourage women to attend their screenings when they are invited. My Bassett Law message is, love your boobs, get them checked.